Hey you guys, see here. So the kids and I made a stop at Home Depot. I had to get some potting mix, but of course I found more than what I came here for. So this is a fabulous time of the year to get clearance items for your home and your garden. So of course I have a trunk full. Let me go ahead and load them into the trunk, unload them at the house, show you what I got and what my plans are for them, because it looks like we're gonna be doing some fall planting with clearance items. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm home. The trunk is unloaded. Let me show you all of my goodies. Now, this is what I went to Home Depot for, and this is what I picked up. Now, the potting mix is for some containers outside as well as some house plants indoors. And then if you follow any of my planting videos, you know that I make my own unique mixture for my house plants, so none of these will go to waste. Let's take a look at the perennials that I purchased. This is a Hibiscus Carousel pink candy. This is a perennial. I'm gonna go on Google and look up some stock images of what this plant looks like in its full glory. But I purchased this on clearance. This was $8.50. She took these tags off. Then we have a Canna Lily. Now I have a few of these at the front of the house. This was on clearance for $4.50 as well. The Canna Lilies did great this year considering the fact that they weren't tended to at all. So I just want to add one more just to thicken it up. But that's going to look really great next year. Next, I have coneflowers. I have coneflowers at my mailbox, and those did great as well considering. So I'm going to add this to the stack at the mailbox. And then I have two more Canna Lilies. These are the darker version, the burgundy version. I have a plethora of those in the backyard. So these two Canna Lilies were $4.50 a piece. Coneflowers were $8.50. This Canna Lily was $4.50. The Hibiscus was $8.50. And then of course $6.97 a piece for these 3 bags, and then $10.97 for the potting mix. I am super excited to get these plants into the yard. This will be my first time in my garden all year. I've missed the entire gardening season. I am 8 months pregnant with my 3rd baby. I am due in a month, and I just don't have it in me to be in the yard. But seeing these plants really got me excited and really thrilled about gardening and that hobby and craft. So I'm looking forward to a weekend full of just getting my hands dirty. All right, so it is the next day. The next evening, it's a cool day here in North Carolina, so it's about 68 degrees with a nice breeze. So it's a family affair. I've got the kids and my husband out here. I'm gonna start on this side of my yard. Now don't judge, remember this is the first time I've been in my yard all gardening season, so of course it is neglected, but that's neither here nor there. We're planting these clearance plants, getting them into the ground before spring of next year. So I purchased a yellow Canna Lily for $4.50. I think it is a 1 quart, 1.5 quart, and so it's gonna go in here with these. These are this was 3 Canna Lilies that I purchased last year. They came up great this year. Of course they could have done much better, but they haven't received any maintenance, any fertilization, any additional water other than rain. So to me, they did all right. So go ahead and pop one more here. Now, as far as next year's plans, I have a lot of next year's plans. I'll save that for another video. But I've got some purple plant. I forget the name of it. I got from my grandma. And then some elephant ears. Those came back this year, surprisingly, but they did not do good. And then if you see this wild woman here, this is my butterfly weed bush. I planted it last year. It was a clearance plant. I think it was $7 last year from Lowe's. It is huge. Look how magnificent. It's a beast, right? And so once again, received no maintenance, no pruning, no fertilization, nothing. Look how big it is. It's literally probably like 5-6 times its original size. Oh, and it attracted a ton of butterflies. I think me and my kids really enjoyed seeing them. I think the whole family enjoyed seeing the butterflies. So remember, make sure you subscribe, come back, because pretty soon I'm going to do a garden plans for next garden season. But once again, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that Canna Lily there. And then I think I'm going to put, now right here is a rose bush, and it should be blooming, but it hasn't been taken care of, so it's not blooming. But I think I'm gonna put the hibiscus right here because I do intend on cutting this back. So I'm gonna put the hibiscus right here. That should be some soft soil right there. And then we have coneflowers at the mailbox. Those came back up this year. You can see I left the buds there so that the birds have some food. But we'll go ahead and pop the other coneflower that I got for $8.50. We'll pop that in there. I think that was a 2-gallon container. I'll double check. Okay, so I have my Canna Lily that I purchased from Home Depot yesterday for $4.50. And I'm gonna go ahead and plant it up now. And some people are like, why would you plant stuff in the fall? It's about to get cold. This is actually the best time of the year to plant your trees, your shrubs, and your perennials. So Canna Lily is a perennial here in 7B. And I just want to show you my technique for what I do to make sure that I get great root growth and root stimulation over the course of fall and winter, so these blooms come up nice and big and beautiful in spring. So since I am in 7B, I'm in North Carolina, we have nothing but clay here, red clay. So first off, I'll put some clay breaker at the bottom of my hole. A little bit. My husband dug this hole because I'm pregnant, so I want to make sure it's a good size. I toss in some clay breaker, then I'm going to toss in some garden soil. And I eyeball it. You eyeball it to see how much you need. That nice, rich, black. Mix that up. Then I'm going to pop my plant out of the container. Wow, look at all those roots. Loosen up these roots just a bit. Position that. Oh, on it. Its beauty really doesn't matter. Once again, it's a clearance plant. So it's clearance because it's end of the season, end of the growing season. Also because it's mangled in really bad shape. Loosen up some of that soil. Then I backfill with my red clay. If I wasn't pregnant, I would dig a little more deeper into the ground.
But that clay heavy as hell.
Huh?
That clay hard. Clay hard as hell. You ain't get no deeper than that.
And cover with some more soil. Make sure that's nice and packed. And then I'm going to hit it with water. Go ahead and really drown that hole. Get some good water on there. And then I'm going to come after the water and top what I just planted with some mulch. Just to maintain its moisture. And so that's it. So now what I'm going to do, go ahead and pop in all these plants for the holes that my husband has filled, and we'll be done. Okay, so here we are at my she shed. This space, this undeveloped space, has really been a pain in my butt the last 2.5 years that we've been here. So if you watch previous garden videos, you know the ebbs and flows of this particular area. To make it short and sweet, I have planted over 100 bulbs in this area, and this is what I have to show for it. So here we are. I'm gonna try something again now because I've only invested $4.50 a piece into those Canna Lilies. Those are 1.5. These are 1.5 gallons, $4.50 a piece. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm just gonna pop 2 holes over here, pop those 2 Canna Lilies in there. I need to work on my plans for this space, for the she shed, because I do want to beautify it. I'm gonna try again with maybe a little hardscaping and some soft landscaping with some perennials and whatnot. But let's go ahead and get these into the ground. Alright, so I have my Canna Lilies planted up. Those actually look really good. I'm excited to see how they look in front of the shed next year. Once I get a few things planted around it, but those look really good. Got this all nice and watered in. Now, I don't know if you noticed in the time lapse, but I ran out of mulch. I have a whole bag in the garage. I just didn't want to wobble and go get it. So in place of the mulch, I use leaves. And once again, I mulch around those fall plantings just to retain the moisture. And then I gave them a nice, deep, thorough watering. We have clay here. That clay is so porous, it's gonna soak up everything. So I gave it a nice, deep drowning, okay? Let's go check out everything else. All right, so that beautiful looking hibiscus is planted up. Excited to see how that does. And then we'll creep around back here. We've got that canna lily that looks like it's been here all along. It fits in really nicely with the ones that I already had. And then around the corner at the mailbox are those coneflowers. So yeah, everything looks good. Well, good considering. They'll look great next year. Make sure you come back for next year. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been exciting being out in the yard today, getting my hands and my body dirty, getting some steps in, feeling really good, really eager to drop this baby and get back into the yard next year. So make sure, if you haven't already, that you are subscribed. Now, my next gardening video in the next couple weeks will be my gardening plans for next year's season. And of course, you have to come back and see how these clearance plants thrive and flourish next year. If you haven't already, definitely make sure that you hit up your local Home Depot and Lowe's. Check out their clearance perennials and shrubs and trees and pop them into this great, fabulous time of the year. All right. I love you for watching. Peace. Okay. Say bye to everybody. Say thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, guys. So, you haven't seen me in a while? Yeah, well, I know you have seen Mom, and I know she's laughing right now. Look at her face. And my hands. I've been watering some plants over there, so we're gonna get ready. We're going inside in 15 minutes. Dad's making
Spaghetti.
And Mom got some.
Yes, okay. Go finish watering the plants. Thank you.
No, I got